Hey, what's going on everybody? This is William at the Movement Shop. Today we're going to be going over a cool exercise that can be both a prehab exercise or an end stage rehab exercise. And what I mean by that is it's a full body 3D dynamic movement. So we're working all the different planes of our body that we can be in throughout the day, from reaching down to pressing overhead and stepping in a 3-directional pattern as well. So this is a 3D lunge matrix with a ground to overhead press. So what we're going to need here is some weights, some dumbbells. You don't have to go super heavy on them, but go heavy enough to where you feel a challenge. And so we know the 3D lunge pattern. If you don't know it, I'm going to show you right now. So it's kind of here right in front. That's 1D, the first direction. To the side, you can see my toes are straight ahead. That's the second direction. The third direction is we're opening up. This leg stays straight. I'm lunging back to this back corner and I'm pressing out. Now what we're looking for here is recoil. So how well can I step and then return to the start? How well can I step and return to the start? How well can I step, return to the start? Once we have that down, then we're going to add some weights. So that's what we're going to do today. This is where the ground to overhead press comes in. So what you're going to do, you're going to have the weights in your hands, you're going to lunge to the floor, and then press right back up overhead. So the weights come down to the floor, press overhead, down to the floor, press overhead, and then back to the wall and press overhead. So I'm going to go through it again, and I'm going to point out some flaws that I typically see. With this one, we want to keep it relatively flat back, so we really load up the back side of the hip here. You can see from the side, like this, and then I'm stepping right back up. The second flaw that I typically see is from the side to side motion. So if we're going to the side, I always see people step out with their toe. That's not what we want here. On the side one, we want to step, both my toes are straight, this leg stays straight, this knee bends, I shift my hips over, reach towards the floor, and then I press up overhead. The third direction, typically what I see is this part's good, but sometimes if you have a tight inner leg, like your groin muscles, as you lunge this way, that leg kind of collapses in. So what you want to do is you want to try to keep it as straight as you can, lunge down this way, and then return and press overhead. Alright, so if you have any questions about that, it's a pretty dynamic movement, so if you have questions, feel free to reach out. We'll get to the bottom of it. If not, give it a shot, and have an awesome rest of the day. Build a better you. Talk to you soon.